Peter Fidler doesn't get as much recognition as other fur trading explorers. Others, such as Samuel Hearne, David Thompson, and Alexander Mackenzie, are much better known, but Fidler was a great and notable explorer in his own right, and he deserves recognition. Peter Fidler was born on August 16, 1769, in England, into a family with roots in milling and farming. His journey into the world of exploration and cartography began when he joined the Hudson's Bay Company as a laborer in 1788. This move to Canada marked the start of his extensive career in fur trading, surveying, and exploration. Now, Fidler's early years with the Hudson's Bay Company were marked by his training under Philip Turner. He was a notable surveyor and was also the person who trained David Thompson. Together they embarked on expeditions aimed at finding new routes into the Athabasca and Great Slave Lake regions, although the hoped-for direct water route to the Pacific was never found by them. His work during these early years laid the groundwork for his reputation as a meticulous mapmaker, contributing significantly to the geographical understanding of Canada's vast interior. Now, throughout his career, Fidler was not just an explorer, but he was also deeply involved in the fur trade, often finding himself in direct competition with the Northwest Company. His tenure at various trading posts, including establishing new ones like Bolsover House, which showcased his strategic acumen in navigating the competitive fur trade landscape. His interactions sometimes were fraught with conflict, highlighting the intense rivalry between the fur trading companies of the Hudson's Bay Company and the Northwest Company. Peter Fidler's personal life was as rich as his professional one. He married Mary Magagon, a Cree woman, in 1794, and together they had 14 children. Now, this union not only reflected his integration into the local culture, but also played a role in his work, given the importance of local knowledge in his explorations. His legacy includes not just maps, but also his contributions to the cultural and economic fabric of the regions that he spent so much of his adult life in. And unlike many other explorers and fur traders, his marriage to Mary was not a country marriage. He remained with his wife for years and did not abandon her. They remained together for the rest of his life, and Fidler's work in cartography was groundbreaking for its time. His maps, drawn with precision and detail, helped in defining the boundaries and understanding of topography and what would become Western Canada. His efforts in mapping were not just for the Hudson's Bay commercial interests, but also contributed to the broader geographical knowledge. After decades of service, exploring, and trading, Fidler's later years were spent managing posts and surveying land, particularly around the Red River area. His death on December 17, 1822, at Fort Dauphin marked the end of an era for early Canadian exploration, and his will contained a very unique clause about his inheritance, which reflected his forward-thinking nature and aiming to benefit his descendants long after his death. Under his will, anything that remained from what was given out at the time of his death was to be placed in a fund and allowed to accumulate interest until August 16, 1969, at which time it would be paid out to the next male heir in descent from his son, Peter. Unfortunately, it never happened. Most of the money was distributed to the family a few years after his death. Today, Peter Fidler's contributions are commemorated through various monuments, like the one at Elk Point, Alberta, and another one at Fort Dauphin, Manitoba. These tributes recognize not only his mapping achievements, but also his role in the fur trade and his life among the indigenous peoples, contributing to a more nuanced historical narrative. Beyond his professional life, Fidler's integration into Cree culture through his marriage and family offers insights into the cultural exchanges of the fur trade era. His life story provides a lens through which one can view the complex relationships between European explorers and indigenous communities, marked by both cooperation and conflict. Peter Fidler's life and work continue to be of educational value, offering students and historians a detailed look at the fur trade's impact on exploration, cartography, and intercultural relations in early Canada. His story, while not as widely celebrated as some, remains a crucial piece in understanding the mosaic of Canadian history, illustrating the blend of adventure, commerce, and cultural interaction that characterized the era.